Hello, guys. This is a podcast with Vikas, who cracked UPSC Civil Services examination with All India rank 27. And he's our mains companion topper also. Though we have Rohin, who got 39th rank, and then Kiran, who got 53rd rank, and Sonali, who cracked 89th rank. And we have uploaded the podcast and testimonials of each of these. And we have multiple other toppers, but rank 27 is our highest rank. And that too from the mains companion program. And he was with us for last 2 years. In his last attempt also, he got to 88th rank and now he improved to 27th rank. Okay. So, but before we begin this podcast, let me ask you something. What does it take to crack UPSC or get a rank in UPSC, whether it is 3 digit or 2 digit, right? Because if you see, cracking once itself is very difficult. But think about this also. You are improving from rank to 88 to rank 27. And you are part of our program and you have improved your mains mark almost 70, right? And that too in your last attempt. Now if this attempt is gone, then you don't have such option also. That's completely different level of preparation, right? So today we are going to have this discussion with Vikas, who's actually rank holder twice. First he got to 88 and he got IPS. Now he got rank 27. Now he got IAS also. So and Vikas, if I discuss more about him, he could not clear the prelims in the first two attempts. So he will also discuss with you how he find that way to clear prelims in rest of his attempt. And then he cleared all the stages consistently, and in his fifth attempt he got IPS to 88th rank, and still he came back because that desire, that passion was there, and he got rank 27 in his last and final attempt, and he improved in mains significantly. So it's not about starting from the scratch, right? This is about refining at the highest level. You already cracked this, and initially if you see, he couldn't clear prelims, and then it is all about that refinement of what you have done just before. And when we analyze his journey, see, the difference is not in studying more. It is mostly of value addition, right? You've already done it once. Now you need to add more value. It was some minor improvement that you need to do in the answer writing, and it was in understanding. And what that extra 1 mark in every answer matters, right? That's what exactly we focus on our mains companion program also. That one extra mark per answer. If you can add that, maybe 0.5 to 1 extra mark, that becomes 30, 40 marks overall. That can push you, 300, 400, 500 ranks ahead also. And that changes your rank completely and your selection also completely. So in this journey, you will be seeing he was part of our mains companion program for 2 years when he got IPS also. And now when he improved his mark to mains mark 70, and when he got rank 27 also, he was part of us almost 2 years. And the focus that we have given us not on the basics that anyway you have covered here. We were trying to identifying the small gaps in answers that you can identify from his speech itself, and we're trying to improve the presentation and prioritization of points. And that's what the mains companion program is all about, and making that answer more engaging for the examiner. In fact, one powerful insight from his journey, if you see, you have to make the examiner want to read your copy. That's exactly what he will tell, and that's exactly what we tell him, right? So that is the level at which the ranks are decided. So this podcast is not just about clearing UPSC. I can bring anyone and I can talk about that. But since he was part of our mains companion program, a lot of things to discuss what we did for him and how he improved that mark. Like others also you have seen, Kiran have improved almost 70 marks, Rohin have improved almost 55 mark, Sonali have improved almost 60 mark, and they all are in top hundreds. So that improvement that you're doing in mains, and that's what we contribute to the aspirants also. So here you will be seeing the way he moved from average answers to top rank answers, how he got that 1 mark improvement, right? And it's about understanding how marks are actually created in mains, and how the structured mentorship can cut down years of trial and error. So if you are someone who's already preparing seriously, if you're someone who got stuck with your mains mark in the last year, and or even you're starting, or even if you have cleared different stages but you want a better rank, right? Or you want to understand how toppers think at the highest level because you are watching someone who scored or cracked this exam with 27th rank, then this conversation is extremely important for you. So just spend 25 to 30 minutes, and then that will be definitely going to help you, because what he has shown in this is UPSC is not just about selection. It's about how high you can go, because you already got selected. Now, how you can do that refinement, and how high you can go, and how he got that 27th rank. So spend your 25 minutes, watch this podcast completely. I can tell you, you won't be wasting your time and you'll get immense value from this. So let's get started. Hello, Vikas. How are you? All good?
Yes, I'm good.
So, rank 27 this year, how do you feel now?
Sir, I feel very fortunate to have this particular good rank. I'm highly grateful to God as well as you who mentored
So,
me.
yeah, so last year 288th rank and you got IPS. Now you get your dream service with 27th rank. So now it's very good, right? So you
Yeah, it-
feel relieved. It's sixth attempt,
yes, sir.
last attempt.
Very relieved. In fact, I was in under training under in NPA, so training was very hectic there. So very much relieved from there as well.
Okay, okay. So, Vikas, can you briefly tell us about your background? Like, where are you from? How you got the motivation to come into UPSC, and how this long journey sustained and till sixth attempt, and in the sixth attempt you got 27th rank, and in the fifth attempt you got to 88th rank IPS also. So, tell us your journey.
So basically, I belong to a small village of Pillukheda in Jin district of Haryana. I have done my schooling from DAV Public School, Jin, and my family is engaged in agriculture. And after my plus two class, I done BCom from Crodimal College, University of Delhi. In college itself, I got the motivation to start preparing for civil services, and I appeared my for my first prelims in year 2020, just after graduation, in third year of my graduation. And in first initial two attempts, I could not clear prelims. Then in third and fourth attempt, I appeared for interview. In fifth attempt, I was allotted Indian Police Service based on 288 rank, and in the concluding attempt, I got rank 27.
So you have secured rank twice, last year 288 and this year 27. So
Yes.
before we talk about prelims and mains and other things, can you tell what was the difference between last attempt and this attempt? How you got this 27th rank?
Sir, as per my analysis, a lot of value additions plus good improvement in essay paper, and also the minor touch-ups that I did in my answer writing. Because of that, I saw improvement in almost all the papers. So I guess that was the primary reason that my rank improved from 288 to 27 this year.
Because many students, many aspirants struggle with a question, where do I start with? Right. So tell us, how did you structure your preparation in the beginning? Because you couldn't clear the prelims in the beginning, and then you have cleared all the four prelims also. So where should someone start with?
Sir, I think everyone should start with research. Research thoroughly about the syllabus, research about the resources, listen to a lot of topper talks. You can even talk with mentors, to the people who have already cleared this particular exam if possible, and then design a good strategy and finalize your resources as well as limit them, and do not spend your energy on wasteful resources which are of no use, and do not over engage in not making, though not making is crucial, but do not over engage in that.
Okay, so what was your strategy in prelims? Because you have cleared four prelims consecutively, that too after not clearing the initial two prelims. So what changed for you? When did things started changing for you? And what approach change you had in the third attempt onwards in prelims?
So basically, sir, my strategy for prelims kept evolving as the demand of the paper kept evolving. I do not know or do not remember about my first prelims, but I failed my second prelims in CSAT at borderline. In JS, I had a grade score of 107 marks, and I just attempted. Am I audible, sir?
Yes, yes, yes.
So you can do that part in editing. So I failed my second prelims in CSAT on borderline. And in GS, I had a score of 107. I just attempted 68 questions. So that level of accuracy I had in prelims in that year in GS. So in my third prelims, I prepared thoroughly for CSAT as well as for GS. And for GS, I continued on the same strategy. In 2022 also, I somewhere attempted 69 questions and still I got 106 score. And in CSET, I got passed easily. In 2023, paper was highly non-conventional. In fact, it was a shock for the aspirant community, the level of prelims, because the pattern changed altogether. So I attempted somewhere 75 questions and end up scoring around 85 marks in prelims that year in GS, and I passed CSET comfortably. So my strategy on CSAT remained the same as I designed it in 2022, and I went for CSAT in all the successive attempts with the same strategy, and I luckily I got all through all of them. In GS, it kept evolving. In 2024, I was not that confident in GS. So I attempted somewhere around 90 questions because my accuracy was down and the paper has changed. The pattern has changed. So you have to take more chances in order to get you through prelims. And in 2025, the paper was kind of lengthy, but I still attempted around 83 to 84 questions. So I used to work in combination with knowledge as well as skill. I believe that solving prelims in modern times is a kind of skill. You have to solve questions using a simple hint that you have. You are not going to get through all of the questions through the basis of knowledge. You can solve hardly 30 to 32 questions based on knowledge purely. After that, you have to rely on a mix of a little knowledge and your elimination skills.
Yeah, so now coming to prelims again, what were like it's almost sixth attempt and this is the sixth attempt you cracked and four prelims you cleared. So what were the three, four resources that you always relied upon, like a go-to resource for your prelims? You kept revising again and again.
So basically, sir, my resources are the same which other aspirants use. For example, for polity, I used to cram Lakshmikant. For modern history, I used to study spectrum. For ancient and medieval, I used to read the old NCRTs, though very specifically from a prelims point of view. And for economics, I used to study Ramesh Singh. And I used to follow or I used to revise them regularly. Instead of accumulating more and more resources, I used to emphasize more on revising so that I can memorize them and I can use that particular knowledge in order to solve my questions.
Okay, now coming to mains, you have cracked all the four mains, right? So what were
Yes, sir.
your strategy in your mains? Unlike prelims that you failed at in the first two attempts, but mains there was no such struggle. In four attempts, the moment you cleared prelims, then you are clearing the mains also in four attempts. So what was your strategy?
So basically, in maze, I used to rely on simple strategy that write highly attacking answers along with facts, data, examples, and case studies, and do more comparison with other countries so that I can write a highly specific answer, a highly enriched answer, which is going to fetch me marks. My handwriting font was a little bit bigger, so drawing flowcharts and these kind of things were not working for me. Though I tried to incorporate them in my answers, but it was not possible considering the font of my handwriting. So I did not go for it. I played on my strength. I used to dump a lot of points, and based on that, I got a good score in GS this year also. Consistently, my G score was good. I was struggling a little bit in essay in all the three mains, and I struggled a bit in my optional in my first mains.
Okay, Vikas, during your preparation for the last 2 years, you were associated with Civil 360 also.
Yes.
So, and I was your mentor over there. So, how did that help you in your preparation?
So basically, in previous two mains, my score in GS was good, around 420 marks. After that, you need to do minor touch-ups in order to increase those marks. So I made those minor touch-ups based on your suggestions because once you reach up to a certain level, it is highly difficult to increase marks. For that, you have to be very particular. You have to prioritize your points. For example, you have to write highly decorative points along with example in the initial weak space, and you can dump those general points in the end so that your examiner does not get bored while reading your copies. And as you suggested right from the introduction, write highly enriched content, highly captivating content, because you have to make the examiner read your copy. He's not going to take the load of evaluating your copy. You have to make him force to study your copy and award you marks. So that was the contribution, I would say.
So, was it evaluation or the feedback given or the direction which we have given, or it's ultimately the accountability that matters? Because when you have a mentor, you are accountable also. So, which of these actually helped you, or all the four together?
All the four together was very much important and was thoroughly ensured under your mentorship team, sir.
So, Vikas, what was the initial mistake you did in your first two attempts? In fact, what was the normal mistake that aspirants used to make in the beginning, and what you corrected after that?
So in initial attempts, I was more of a kind of perfectionist. Whenever I was reading a particular subject, I tried to get mastery over it. That no, I'll remember it from line to line. I tried to control things. That is not possible in this particular exam. There is a certain element of risk, and you have to bear it. So I was more of a perfectionist. I was trying to accumulate a lot of resources. I was trying to quote hold of every fact or every phenomena that is there under that particular subject. I used to refer multiple resources for one subject. For example, if I'm reading a standard book for that particular subject, I was also reading the NCRTs. So that was duplication of efforts. And I did not give due importance to CSAT. Though I do practice it, but I did not give the due importance that it required at that particular time. That's why I failed CSAT in 2021 on borderline.
So, when did things started changing for you?
Sir, after my second prelims failure, I evaluated myself. I started to evaluate myself at least once in 10 days, whether I'm doing right things or not, whether my preparation is on right track or not, whether whatever I'm doing is of any use in the examination in any stage or not. So I used to, I would say, ki, I started to analyze myself, and that's where I got to know about my mistakes and I corrected them subsequently.
And what exactly did you change in your preparation? You said you corrected them. So, what exactly was those corrections? Because there are
Sir,
many others also struggling in the same way that you struggled in your first two attempts.
yes, sir. Firstly, I tried to catch those mistakes through which the examiner is kind of trying to catch hold of me. Which particular statement I'm over analyzing or am overthinking in the examination while attempting the paper. Which kind of statement I need to take them lightly. So, paper solving skill, I worked on that a lot. Instead of knowledge, I tried to design a mix of knowledge as well as skill of using that particular knowledge to solve the question. And also, I left that particular approach of being a perfectionist in studying a particular subject. I tried to limit my resources. I eliminated the wasteful resources that are of no use, and I tried to simplify things. I kind of did not go for too much note making. So that was certain changes that I introduced after my second film failure, and subsequently I reached to interview stage in every attempt.
And because you have written a lot of answers, and in our mains companion also, we have also evaluated and given a lot of feedback also for your answers. So, how important is answer writing, and how our evaluation and feedback helped you?
Sir, answer writing I would say is central in preparation for me, particularly in this era when aspirants are doing too much innovative things in order to fetch marks. So you have to catch up to them. and you have to practice as much as possible in order to eliminate your competition. Either you crush the competition or competition is going to crush you. So through answer writing, you identify your mistakes. You identify the areas on which you need to work upon. For example, in this year means UPSC, or in we can say last 3 to year means, UPSC is framing questions like it has an implicit demand or non-core demand. If you address that well, you are going to get half or 1 mark more than others. And you have to create that factor in each and every answer of yours in order to fetch you more marks than your competitors. And that was very much highlighted to me through the test series, through the evaluation, and through the mentorship.
Because you told that you evolved your strategy over a period of time in prelims. And
Yes, sir.
over a period, your accuracy also started coming down. So you attempted more as well. So,
Exactly, sir.
what do you suggest about making some intelligent guesswork and elimination in prelims, or you stick to, only those things which you know?
Sir, first of all, I would suggest that do have a strategy to solve the exam. On the D-Day, you should have a strategy in how many rounds you are going to attempt the paper. And in first round, you are going to attempt questions with certain level of percentage of accuracy that you are sure of. And on the D-Day, on the day of prelims, do remember that today something might come in this particular paper that is going to shock the people. But on that particular point, you have to relax and you have to handle that particular thing very carefully in order to get you in or get through the prelims. And do remain flexible in your approach because you are not sure what is going to come on in the real paper. So I would say remain flexible, have a strategy though, and do attempt a lot of mock tests so that you can analyze your mistakes and work on them and you can refine your strategy. And also, you need a certain level of knowledge also to solve the prelims. So, do work on knowledge also, but do not ignore the skill or the elimination techniques that are being used to solve the prelims examination.
Okay, because now coming to essay, you have improved significantly in this attempt, right?
Yes.
So, what exact changes you did in your essay approach? In fact, many students follow this pastel approach or chronological approach. Was there any different way you chose in that essay approach? How you scored good this time?
So in initial attempts, I also used to believe that pastel approach or that chronological approach is going to fetch me decent mark, but that did not happen. In fact, in 2023 mains, essay paper single-handedly stopped me from being selected. I only got 60 marks. So that was a complete shocker for me. So I changed my strategy. I used to incorporate this pastel approach or this chronological approach as an example to support my argument. Now, essay paper is more about argumentation, how you are presenting your argument, how you are substantiating it. And you are not just agreeing to the topic, you are doing a topic given by the examiner. You are giving a good critical analysis. You are giving an extra viewpoint to the examiner that also in this topic we can also think from that particular angle. That is going to fetch you marks. How you are keeping the examiner captivated in your essay is ultimately the determinant of the marks that you are going to get in essay paper.
Okay. Now coming to your GS. GS also you have made a significant improvement and that has actually pushed your rank from 288 to 27. So what
Yes, sir.
exactly you did in GS? In fact, how a 90 mark average copy, like a copy is different from 120 mark copy? How you differentiate that?
So first of all, the proper breaking of the question in core demands and non-core demands and effectively addressing all the demands of the question is the first need. The examiner, by looking at your answer, should clearly know or should clearly see that you have addressed the core and non-core demands both. And secondly, the minor adjustments in your answers that you write the most decorated points first, and you substantiate with the more and more examples, data, fact, committees, and you write down role models in it. So that is going to help you marks. And also, I used to do critical analysis in each and every question, no matter whether it is being asked in the question or not. I used to write limitations or way ahead. In every problem-based question, I would write the way ahead, no matter whether it is being asked or not. No matter how much general point I am writing in way ahead. If I'm writing the limitation or shortcoming, I made sure that I write a solid 2 to 3 way ahead, 2 to 3 suggestions before writing my conclusion. So that would make your answer very comprehensive.
Okay. So, Vikas, how important is structured guidance when it comes to UPSC compared to self-study?
Yes. Sir, I would say the structured guidance is the pillar of preparation of civil services in these years, because the time between prelims and mains is getting squeezed. This year, I think we have just 80 days to prepare for mains. I think from 17th or 18th of August, and you have to prepare a ton of things. You have to prepare optionals, you have to prepare GS, you have to prepare essay, and you have to prepare value additions, data, facts, and you need someone who can see your answers and point out the exact mistakes that you are making, and point out the things that you need to incorporate in your answers, which is going to benefit you, so that you do not adopt the hit and trial method. Hit and trial method takes a lot of hard work, a lot of time. So I think hit and trial methods need to be replaced through a structured guidance which can help you get through with less efforts and with less time.
Okay. So, only in last two attempt you were part of our mains companion program. So, if you want to restart today once again from the beginning, would you be part of us from the beginning itself?
Exactly, sir. Surely I would begin with it so that I didn't do not need to go to the sixth attempt again, so that I clear in initial attempts only.
Okay. Now, Vikas, if someone want to start their preparation today, what would be
Yes, sir.
your three pieces of advice? Because you are someone who have gone through six attempt and four mains, four interviews. By the way, I forgot to ask about interview. After this, we can discuss that. So, what would be
Yes,
your
sir.
three pieces of advice?
Sir, have a good strategy. Have a final list of resources that you are going to use, and have a mentor who is going to guide you in which direction you have to work and to what extent you have to read a particular resource and to what extent you need to practice.
Okay. So, Vikas, tell me about your interview experience, four interviews. What UPSC is demanding from this personality test?
Sir, I appeared in UPSC CSE 2022 in my first interview. I got 176 marks. It was RN Chobe sir's board. The interview went fine, though one of the member asked me a question about my graduation. And at that time, I lost touch with the graduation subject. For example, my graduation was in commerce, but my optional was PSIR. So I did not remember those things, the commerce things. So I said sorry on a lot of questions. So that's why I got 176 marks, though it was a decent score. In my second interview, it was the search board, and I got 162 marks. And interview went fine, but you do not control things in UPSC. Luck also plays a major role. In my third interview, it was Shirvardhan Sir's board, and 171 was my score. Though my interview was excellent, and I was highly satisfied with my performance. But these were average marks. This year, it was again Data Sir's board. So I suddenly, when I was standing in front of Data Sir's board, Dasa sir's room, I was remembering my 2023 interview where he awarded me 162 marks. So that was a kind of bias with me. But still, I went there, and I was an IPS, so I got 190 marks. One tricky question sir asked me in the end, that how would you rate your present year's interview as compared to your last year's interview? I don't know what happened to me. I spoke, sir, you are going to decide that. So that was a kind of weird answer I felt after getting out of the room. But still, I got 190 marks. So it was a good score.
Okay. Now, my last question. If someone
Yes,
is preparing now, today, and what would you tell them? Will you recommend our classes, mentorship, and mains companion program to them?
exactly, sir. Because in these years, UPSC demands a certain degree of innovation at a rapid pace from you. So, a structured guidance along with innovative content and a precise content can certainly help you very much in your initial years only. So, that would prevent you from wasting a lot of time, a lot of efforts in the unnecessary resources or unnecessary strategies. So, I would highly recommend to use your program and I think, to crush your competition and get ahead of your competition in the initial stages itself.
Thank you so much, Vikas. All the best.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.